Hi, I'm Sabrina Register, Comcast Neighborhoods. Welcome to East Tacoma, an area that has not always enjoyed the best reputation. But things are changing here. Just look at this transformation of Salishan. What was once built as temporary housing for wartime workers has undergone an extreme makeover. Join us as we tour Salishan and visit other places in East Tacoma. There are lots of areas to visit and explore in Tacoma. There's the Museum District with the Museum of Glass, the Tacoma Art Museum, and the Washington State History Museum. And always a big draw, no matter the season, the Point Defiance Zoo and Aquarium. But one area of Tacoma is enjoying its own popularity these days, especially among its residents. East Tacoma is making a comeback after decades of economic depression and crime left it with a black eye. The revitalization of East Tacoma starts with Salishan, a community which was raised and now is being rebuilt more than 60 years after serving its purpose.
Salishan actually started with Pearl Harbor. When that particular war started for this country, the federal government realized two things. First, that a lot of people were headed to the Northwest to work in the shipyards and the factories that built the ships and planes that won that war. And two, when they got here, they would make a housing shortage a lot worse. In response, the federal government built Salishan to house war workers.
After the war, the federal government turned most of Salishan over to the Tacoma Housing Authority for public housing. But over time, THA realized it had a problem. The housing, built to be temporary to serve the country's needs during the war, was deteriorating.
So it went from 855 units of public housing that was just falling apart. I call it like an old dress that you just can't hem anymore. You just couldn't patch it another second, you know. So from there we made this new mixed use neighborhood with commercial buildings and senior buildings and single and duplex housing along with for sale units.
Not only was the housing worn out, so was the infrastructure, all of it, from the electrical distribution system to the water and sewer system to the stormwater management system. So the Housing Authority devised a plan to tear it all down and start fresh. A $35 million HOPE 6 grant from Housing and Urban Development, or HUD, allowed the Housing Authority to leverage the rest of the money, mostly from private sources, to make the $300 million project a reality.
Phase one is behind me, and it's complete and 100% occupied. It includes 270 rental units, another 55 rental units reserved for seniors in International Place to your left, and about 130 single-family homes. That was completed all probably in about 2005 and 6.
Just across the street from the senior housing sits the brand new Kimmy and George Tambera Medical Health Center, run by the nonprofit Community Health Care.
How do you say his name?
Elon.
Elon.
The center serves all ages, from newborns to seniors.
Well, we expect to serve about 10,000 people annually here. In the dental clinic, we have 4 dentists and 1 hygienist. And in the medical clinic, we have 5 doctors and 3 mid-level practitioners, nurse practitioners or physician's assistants.
There's even an on-site pharmacy to make it convenient to get those prescriptions filled. Those who live outside Salishan also are welcome here.
I think it's really nice to have a clinic within the community, and so and then also have a wide range of different types of clientele that come to see us. And it's on bus line, it's easily accessible, and it's also within a neighborhood. And it's really nice because our clinic is able to provide care on a sliding scale, so people that wouldn't ordinarily have the opportunity to come see us can afford to do so.
This past summer, Senator Patty Murray, Representative Norm Dix, and other local officials who have supported the rebuilding of Salishan gathered to celebrate its progress. While the rental component of Phase 2 is complete, many eagerly await the construction of an education, training, and research center. Designed to take a person wherever they are in their education and push them further, The 36,000 square foot facility will house a public library, an early child development child care center, as well as a grocery store and credit union. The final phase, located at the south end of the property, is already underway. When complete, it will feature mixed housing plus a park and space for a community garden. During construction of Salishan, material choices were carefully weighed and the environment was considered. Unlike the first time Salishan was built, the THA picked products like concrete porches, vinyl railings, and a cement-type siding that can stand the test of time. Bio-infiltration soils that protect Puget Sound by filtering unclean water helped Salishan receive recognition for environmental sustainability. While all of the features of Salishan are noteworthy, resident Lisa Brown says it's the people who make up the fabric of this community.
It is a melting pot. I have met neighbors from all over the world, and so great because they are just newly experiencing the American dream, and having been born here, at times I tend to take that for granted. So through them, it's like, oh, wow, look at this place we live. This is fabulous.
Not far from Salishan, there is more tearing down and rebuilding, but not in the way of construction.
The corner of McKinley and Harrison, we have really turned it around.
Terry Harris leads prayer and pastors to a large congregation at the Tacoma Christian Center. But he is also quietly dismantling the old image of East Tacoma and replacing it with a more positive one. It's been his mission since graduating from college.
Immediately began to see the challenges and some of the really need for something positive to be here. And just kind of began to really fall in love with the area with the thought of, you know, I can change this place. And with hard work, this can be a neighborhood that is safe and can really provide things for the community.
He says a lot has changed since 1985 when he first led a congregation of just 7.
The drug activity has decreased tremendously. When we first came here, they were doing drug deals right outside my office. The violence, the gangs, the taverns, it was horrible. And we have seen pretty much a 100% decrease.
Tacoma Christian Center has its own restaurant where the congregation gathers after services. But its latest and greatest attraction is the $2 million Winners Gymnasium, which sports an NBA-style court and an upstairs workout area. Pastor Harris says the gym is open to everyone.
A person can come in and pay $3 and play basketball all day long. And so Winners Gym is just not a church thing, it is a community thing.
With East Tacoma working to shake its rough image, new businesses are starting to call this area home. That includes Top of Tacoma Bar and Cafe, which took over the space 2 years ago after giving the place a much-needed facelift.
We decided on this location because Tacoma's continual growth. We love the neighborhood. It's got nice architecture, nice views of downtown, really accessible from the highway, and it was affordable.
Newton says she's happy to be in East Tacoma, where she sees a bright future for not only her business, but the neighborhood.
People that live around here, we've been really welcomed by them too. They're really excited. They've seen a lot of change in the business district and the area as far as just the whole vibe of the place has changed, has become more positive. There's not as much, I'd say, even crime, you know. So yeah, we've been received really well by all of the officials in the city and the business district and the people.
Salishan seems to have a contagious spirit. The once dilapidated community has been revived into a flourishing one, and its new lease on life has permeated the neighborhood, making it one that is now full of promise and ripe for opportunity. For Neighborhoods, I'm Sabrina Register.